brothers and sisters. This is the Black Star Kickback. The Kickback is where we talk about every issue under the sun: health, relationship, goals, prepping, motivating, current events, lies, education, changing thoughts, and thought patterns. And today on the Kickback, we gonna do something different. We gonna start doing something at least once out the month or every other month, as far as just honoring our ancestors and elders. And we actually had a elder, pass over. Now she's an ancestor, and that's Afeni Shakur, Tupac's mother. She died at the age of 69. So, we want to just make sure that we put out there some positive vibes and also give a little small bio. I'm here also with my co-host, my sis KK. She representing the Black Star family, and we just basically gonna just talk about the the Shakur family as a whole. But starting with his mother, I'm gonna just go into a little bio about her. The sister has a lot of history. To start off, okay, Afeni Shakur. She was a Black Panther activist. Afeni Shakur also was better known as the mother of Tupac Shakur, a successful rap artist whose murder in 1996 elevated him to cult icon status. Since the death of her son, Afeni Shakur has transferred his legacy into multi-million-dollar industry. By issuing her son's catalog, unreleased material, she used the proceeds from that sales of these recordings and associate merchandise to establish a charitable foundation and promote arts and education throughout the community. To go back a little bit of history of Afeni Shakur. Afeni Shakur was born Alice Faye Williams, January 10th, 1947, in Lumberton, North Carolina. Prominent area, a little bit like maybe like a timberland kind of area, along a riverside. She was the daughter of Rosa Bella, a homemaker, and Walter Williams Jr., a trucker. Shakur and her sister, Gloria Jean, had a troubled childhood, and I guess you can kind of say that the frustration of her father probably going out there working through the system came home and, maybe released a little bit of frustrations on her family and their family, rather. When she was 15 years old, she ended up, admitting to having a little complications with some outside things as far as her life. She ended up joining the Black Panther movement in 1964 after meeting an associate of Malcolm X, who was recruiting among young youth in the Bronx neighborhood. Shakur told Jasmine Guy that the Black Panthers took my rage and channeled it. They educated my mind and gave me direction. Shakur began writing articles for the party's newspaper, the Panther Post, and was largely successful in crafting a misdirection campaign that led the FBI agents to believe that the Black Panther Foundation, basically, or the party, may I say, to correct myself, was basically fading out. I want to take my hat off to that, because a lot of our organizations is like so much in the midst of trying to make sure that they be out there in the public and let these fed basically self-snitching. And we don't do that over here, and I don't promote anybody about that self-snitching. So I want to take my hat off to the sister, because basically she was trying to promote it and make sure that the ops understood that they would think that it was going underground. In 1968, Shakur moved with a fellow Panther, Abdullah Shakur, and changed her name to Afeni Shakur. Shakur and 20 fellow Panthers was arrested April 2nd, 1969, my mistake, and charged with several counts of conspiracy to bomb police stations, department stores, and other public places in New York City. Shakur was released on bail in the fall of 1970 and became pregnant, but that's a mistake, because I already know that the true story, she was pregnant while she was basically incarcerated, and the sister was her own law defense. So she was very educated. She was not stupid. She beat that case. She had like 38 or 39 charges. I mean, I got arrested before, and I had 10 charges, and I couldn't get rid of all of them. So this sister, I want to definitely take my hat off to her because she's, people probably underestimated her. Shakur and most definitely, I think they really underestimated this sister. Shakur and other defendants went to trial in 1971 in what became to known as the Panther 21 trial. Shakur defended herself despite objections from her co-defendants. The case lasted for more than 5 months. Shakur was largely responsible for defeating the prosecution's case, according to the account of the trial in the book Briar Patch by a former lawyer, Murray Kempton. In her cross-examination of undercover detective Ralph White, Shakur performed like a seasoned attorney and won her freedom in May 1971. On June 16, 1971, Shakur gave birth to her son, whom reportedly named Lassane Parrish Crooks, who later she changed his name to Tupac Amur Shakur, a name derived from the Indica words for shining serpent. Though Shakur never returned to the Black Panther Party movement, she remained proud that she was that period of her life, and saying in a 2004 interview with Tavis Smiley that the Black Panthers taught her always to believe in yourself and always, and as a woman who is in the Black Panther Party, to believe that my opinion is worth more or as much as anybody else. I want to take my hats off to the Black Panther movement because a lot of these conscious movements right now are male chauvinists. There's no balance there. A lot of people talk about balance, but it's actually obsolete. We don't even see none of the sisters on none of the YouTube videos, and no throwing no shots. But like I say, here at Black Star, we believe in balance. Like I say, I got my sister here on the line. To go further off into Shakur's life, she became a caterer of Tupac's legacy. Before his death, Tupac made arrangement for his mother to receive $16,000 a month salary from his estate and purchase a home for her in Stone Mount, Georgia. After her son's death, Afeni Shakur and former employees Richard Fiesgeben became co-executors of Tupac's Shakur estate, which was estimated $8 to $10 million in 1997, but now it is basically estimated a value of $100 million. So I know you had asked that earlier, sis, about this might be a conspiracy. We seeing Prince drop down and his estate being just shared out everywhere.
Oh yeah, and even Michael Jackson.
Right, Michael, Prince, and now Tupac, like it was written, he was an icon. Just like those two brothers, you know what I'm saying? And for at least our generation, and or at least mine, and part of yours, because it was a lot of people that's in their 20s really never seen Tupac live on TV or actually went to a concert or anything of that nature. But his presence was still felt over even after he 10, 20, and really now into after he's still going on. People still playing him all day, but it does make sense. Like, man, what the hell is this music mafia going around and taking off our elders that actually got a little pull in the industry? That's what it seemed like, right?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Most definitely. I mean, it's just, whoever says, "Oh, you guys are just conspiracy," as if I heard somebody say something about Prince death. They said, "Wow, I guess black people assume that every black person that is killed that's a celebrity was murdered, and it wasn't just just a reality that they passed away due to drugs or stuff like that."
Right.
I mean,
they always gonna put something out there like that.
Yeah. To, basically shield your eyes from, thinking any larger than what's told.
And I want to put that out there. The term conspiracy theory was created by the CIA in the 1960s to deter people from even trying to investigate things. You know what I'm saying? So we want to understand that they invented these terms, and the agencies that invented this term did that to, get the light out their eyes, to get the spotlight off of them. So if it was worth almost $100 million, probably plus, you know, because there's a lot of things that ain't been released still of Pac. We don't know. We really don't know. She had 2 children, Tupac and excuse me, sister, I do not know how to pronounce this sister name. Sekiwa, Sekyiwa. I want to send a shout out to that sister and make sure, hopefully, that she's well hidden and protected, and you know, because I think Tupac got a daughter too, don't he?
Tupac got a daughter. I'm not sure. I never heard of him having any children. Out of all the interviews, out of all the things I read about, you know, about him as a fan, I never heard anything about him having any children.
I never heard of that either, but I heard, not on an interview from him, rather, I never heard that from him, but I have heard talks of that, and it was his mother choice, from what I hear, to make sure that she's not in the public eye. I did see a picture on Facebook and other places, but, you know, I'm not going to call those reliable sources, of a young lady that does resemble Tupac, and they saying that is his daughter. I think she's 19, maybe something like that. Maybe, no, she's a little bit older than that. But yes, that supposedly that is. Oh yeah, and she was married to Afeni Shakur, 1975 to 1982, when they had got divorced. You have any information on them? Because this is about the whole Shakur family. They always revolutionaries. Even Pac, I mean, you know, a lot of people, you know, have, you know, differences about Tupac. They, some of them say that he was really the start of the fake, the little fake revolutionary, and try to make it thug. But I don't see that. I mean, as far as me listening to him as a shorty, I mean, he did spark some ideas to make me want to pick up some books. You know what I'm saying? Or some different. He was very active. He was an activist. As a matter of fact, I see one time he had did I had seen a video with him and Kali Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? And he was going so hard, you could see the passion when he was sitting up there on the podium, shaking out of not fear, but just anger, and he was just passionate about the people and stuff. So, you know, I definitely understand that he got that from his mother and also people that he was around. I think the whole Shakur family, basically, all of them was linked up with the Panthers or just activist period. But also, yeah, like I was saying, did you find anything on his father, stepfather?
Oh, definitely. I found a lot, and it's crazy because I found out stuff I didn't even know of. Afeni Shakur, who was born, his real name was Jarrell Wayne Williams, and he was born on August 8, 1950 in Baltimore, Maryland, Bodymore. And at the age of 7, he moved to Jamaica, Queens, New York, with his mother and his younger sister. And unfortunately for his mother, you know, along with the fact that she was black and a female, she was also legally blind. And he grew up struggling, him and his sister, due to her disability and her reality as a BAF. And you know, he saw a lot of the wickedness in the system, and that's what definitely got him devoted and passionate about black people creating our own systems and realities, because the ones that were here definitely weren't working in our favor. And, you know, so he basically got passionate about that, and then when he was 16 years old, he became involved in the Republic of New African Black Independence Movement, which focused on creating an African nation in the United States. And he became the member of the Provisional Government of the Republic of New Africa. And then he changed his name to Afeni Shakur, which he supposedly have gotten or derived from his hero, Saladin Shakur. And he admired the teachings of Malcolm X, and he took that up under himself and went around teaching things that Malcolm X have always spoke about. He also began working in other black nationalist groups, including the Black Panther Party and the Revolutionary Action movement. And during that time, I know when things really got hot for him was like in 1969. The RNA, the Revolutionary, the Republic of New African or Africa. He was in a meeting in Detroit, Michigan, and him and 100 other members of the group got into a shooting with the police that left one of the officers dead and led to his arrest with several other RNA members. But he was released from jail, but after that incident, the FBI definitely began to, heavily investigate and put on surveillance on him and his family. They began to watch Shakur and his family after that. But by 1970, he gained employment through the Lincoln Detox Community Program, which was a program for treating heroin addicts. And he got his certification in 1976. He received his certification to practice acupuncture in the state of California. And then he also, I know he had moved to Harlem for a time being, and he had opened up one there. And he began this program to help because it was more, that it was better than the methadone method of detoxification. And it helped a lot of people because he would help the elder who had pains, and he would help the drug addicts, and it was really working for a lot of people, to the point where he was even recognized for his medical practicing, and he was invited to the Republic of China to elaborate on his practices.
Wow.
Of the methods and treatments that he used to use on people. Because a lot of, even celebrities and politicians, they started going there too.
Wow, that's crazy. See, that's amazing. See, that's what we need to recreate again. We need some brothers and sisters that want to actually come back to the neighborhoods where it's predominantly us, and we're not getting the education on medicine, or even just learning medical procedures, or even just health. All that, and I didn't even know that about the brother. That's
me either.
That's amazing. I want to say something real quick for the viewers. If you wanted to know what the name Shakur is one of the names of Allah. It's part of the 99 names of God by which Muslims regard God, and which are traditionally maintained and described in the Quran. I just wanted to say that real quick because I don't think a lot of us actually know what Shakur is. So that's the. They already had God at the end of their name, you know what I'm saying? So, they were some strong people, man. But that's what's up, though. I didn't know that he was actually went over to the Republic of China and had some actually talks on his procedures, man. That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's real amazing.
He went to he was invited to the People's Republic of China, to do a lecture on his work at many medical conferences. And he was internationally known for it. And from 1978 to 1982, Dr. Shakur was the co-founder and co-director of the Black Acupuncture Advisory Association of North America and the Harlem Institution of Acupuncture.
Wow.
So, yeah, he was effective. It was the most effective of its kind by the National Institute of Drug Abuse and the National Acupuncture Research Society and the World Academic Society of Acupuncture. So definitely he was putting in work. And he also had, over 100 medical students who were trained in the discipline of acupuncture, who he had working at his facilities to give service to his community, because that's what it was for. It was for poor people, for poor black people who couldn't afford, alternatives to their drug addiction or their pains or whatever. So, but, Shakur, Matula Shakur, within the following year of 1980, he had gotten he had held up a Brinks bank truck with Kathy Bolden and also several other men and members of the Weather Underground. And he had held up 2 officers and a guard. They were killed. 2 officers and a guard, they were killed during the robbery. And he had went into hiding, and he was number 1 on the FBI most wanted list. And what I didn't appreciate, but, it's expected, when I was researching some information on him, I came across this article on biography, and they have him labeled as a criminal first and then an activist after.
Right. They got to do that. Because, like I said, they going to pay the monster. They got to paint a monster on top of this brother, man. This brother was awesome, and they got to paint him like he just some motherfucking, one of them.
Beef. Yeah.
Shit. That's crazy. I like I say, I didn't know nothing about this at all, and I definitely didn't know. You said his sister. I didn't even know.
She was Shakur.
Yeah. So I see that she was she down there went to jail, or she did go to jail, right?
Yeah, she escaped. See that shooting that had happened with the police officers that had led to his arrest in what year was that? I believe it was 1986, February 12th. That shooting that had happened with the police officers and whatnot, where Sheeta Shakur was accused of shooting one of the cops, even though that wasn't true. He was arrested, but she ended up escaping, and that's she's in XL. Not XL. She's in what they would call it, political asylum. She basically escaped to Cuba because they put a fucking reward on her head.
Wow.
Just to catch her, and that was years ago, and there's no evidence. And the crazy thing about this whole thing, even with Matula and the robberies that he was involved in and the shootings, there wasn't even no evidence. There was no significant evidence that the FBI had in order to even to infiltrate on his his enterprise that he had going. And they shut down his institution in 1979.
And I don't think a lot of us know that. I don't think a lot of us know that it's a lot of political prisoners that left here that's actually in Cuba. We always think of the one sister, but we don't. Yeah, aside of Shakur, and it's a couple of more, revolutionaries that did make it out of here and make it over there. As far as Asada Shakur, that was his auntie as well, and she's over there in Cuba, and she was wanted for a New Jersey Turnpike shootout with the police. And so it's like this, the whole family of the Shakur, I just want to send much respect.
They was trill. They wasn't playing no games.
They was down for the that's what all of us and all Black Americans should be, follow the examples of them. And we will get to our utopia. Ain't no such thing as utopia. Let me take that back. We will get to what we want, to the bigger goal. You know what I'm saying? Because, to come up under having aunties and stepdads like that and uncles and being up under the Panthers, Tupac was he was seasoned. You know what I'm saying? Real well. That's amazing. He was
trill too.
Hell yeah, he shot some police officers too. Shit, I think that's shit. If you got the Shakur last name, you got to pop a police. Damn near shit.
Right?
On the real.
They wasn't
Shit,
playing,
that's what it
man. There's
seems
not
like.
too
And them
many of us
motherfuckers
that's
were no
like,
joke.
you
What you
know.
saying, sister?
I said, you don't, I mean, shit, man. Things really changed because you don't see nobody doing nothing like this no more. Not
Nope.
even starting, no type of, institution. And, the brother off code, he was telling me that a lot of us are under the impression that we need to have a building or facility. And it's like we could teach each other in an open space.
Right.
You don't got to get no building and paperwork from no white people because they're going to infiltrate on your shit. If you getting licensing and all that stuff through them, if you doing it out in the open space, nobody can fuck with you.
Real shit. I don't know.
You got to learn different ways.
It's a lot of us are scared to even take that step.
Yeah.
That's why we gonna put together this little show as far as applying your motherfucking self. A lot of us don't apply ourselves. Real shit. We don't apply ourselves. We sit here and wait it out. I'm not gonna say I don't want to say all because I definitely don't want to put that on on us to be labeled as a stereotype because that's definitely not us as a people. But some of us really have a problem. You know what I'm saying? Or some of us don't even know, and we are ignorant to the fact. So it's all about us taking responsibility for ourselves and researching every motherfucking thing that come across your motherfucking face, your desktop or whatever. But this is all about Afeni Shakur. We want to make sure that she rests in power. Her energy is still here and is always going to be here. The brother Tupac made sure he put her in a song, and we play those songs down there every Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because it's going to be a sad Mother's Day, even though, I don't recognize any white supremacy holiday. But a lot of us, we ain't outside the matrix. So, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, every Mother's Day, Mom's had that playing in the kitchen while she was cooking or whatever. So, it's going to be a real sad Mother's Day, with the woman who that song was made for passed, and it passed before Mother's Day at that. You know what I'm saying? And before she can actually see her son's movie come out. I mean, I know how you feel about it's all made by white people, but, she did have control over it. You know what I'm saying? And she was, and she had, I guess you could say she had the state of that. So that's also a red flag of what really happened to her. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
It is what it is. I mean, all we can do is, make sure we watch ourselves, you know what I'm saying, and always watch yourself. But it was more about, just sending this respect, you know what I'm saying, and gratitude for whatever work that she did put in, or all of the work that she put in. And the ideologies that she instilled in her son, because that leaked over to myself and a whole bunch of other people that, woke us up, even though we all hip-hop heads and we love rap music because that's our generation. But, not many rappers, especially nowadays, they're even saying anything that makes some sense. You know what I'm saying? The brother was making all type of songs. A lot of people don't like him, and that's cool. But, we can't take away, what's all, what's there. You know what I'm saying? So, this was basically a short, simple, straight to the sister Afeni Shakur, rest in power, and we most definitely. And this is Black Star to Kickback, and this episode is honoring our ancestors and our elders, and we will be bringing you more, along with my host KK. And I appreciate sister coming on and doing the research that she did, and we will be bringing you more.